What if I told you that the decisions you make in your 20s will either buy you freedom for life or trap you in a cycle you can't escape? Right now, there are two versions of you. Same age, same potential, same starting point, but one simple difference. One version wastes their 20s, the other builds wealth. And by the time they both turn 40, they're living in completely different realities. So, the real question is, which life are you building right now? At 20, life feels like it just started. You finally have freedom. No school rules, no strict structure. This is where most people make their first mistake. The waste your 20s version says, I'm still young, I have time. So they spend their days scrolling, partying, watching Netflix, playing games, living for temporary dopamine. Money? Not important yet. Skills? Later. Discipline? Not now. But the build wealth version thinks differently. They understand something most people ignore. Time is the most valuable asset you'll ever have. So instead of chasing comfort, they start building. They learn skills. They try different things. They fail. A lot. While others are entertained, they are improving. At 25, the difference isn't huge yet. One has memories. The other has momentum. But this is where the gap begins. This is where life starts getting serious. Responsibilities increase. Bills start coming. Pressure builds. The waste version now feels stuck. They have no real skills, no savings, no direction. So they take whatever job they can get just to survive. Every month becomes a cycle. Earn, spend, repeat. And slowly, stress becomes normal. The wealth builder version? Now things start clicking. They've built skills. They've tried things. They've failed and learned. Now they begin earning more than average. Maybe it's freelancing, maybe it's a business, maybe it's investing. But one thing is clear, they're no longer trading time for money blindly. At 30, one person is asking, how do I survive? The other is asking, how do I scale? Now the gap becomes obvious. The waste version is tired. They've been working for years, but nothing has changed. No assets, no investments, no growth, just more responsibilities, more expenses, more stress. They feel behind, and worst of all, they don't know how to fix it. The wealth builder version? Now they're playing a different game. They understand leverage. Money starts working for them. Systems start working for them. People might even work for them. They invest. They automate. They scale. At this stage, effort is no longer equal to income, and that changes everything. This is where life reveals the truth. No more excuses. No more, I'll figure it out later. The waste version now feels trapped. They might have a job, but they don't have freedom. They depend on a paycheck. They fear losing it. They look back and think, what if I had started earlier? The wealth builder version? They now have options. They can work or not. They can travel. They can spend time with family because they built assets. They built systems. They built freedom. The harsh truth: success in your 30s is built in your 20s. Not overnight, not by luck, but by small decisions repeated daily. Every hour you waste is a future you're delaying. Every skill you ignore is an opportunity you're missing. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You don't need more time. You need better decisions. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start. Start learning. Start building. Start improving. Because the earlier you start, the easier it gets. Imagine yourself at 40. Two versions. One regrets the past. The other thanks their younger self. Same person. Same potential. different choices. So next time you say, I'll start later, remember this: faster than you think. If you're in your 20s right now, this is your window. Don't waste it, because one day you'll either say, I'm glad I started, or I wish I did. Choose wisely.